intentionally disrespect anybody, and we never put anybody's feet to the fire. What we do is we speak on matters that have been documented and what we have known that have already been put out there publicly. So when, with stuff I'm saying in the flow of this conversation and anything, that might be added to it, this is all stuff that we know because it's been put out there publicly in terms of some of these athletes' financial struggles. We saw broke. We saw about the situation with Andre Rison, how he was just blowing money.
Right.
We saw the situation, with unfortunately, and we just seen stuff in the news. We've seen the unfortunate situation, what happened with Allen Iverson, from my hometown of Virginia, Hampton Roads.
We're seeing how Floyd Mayweather is running through his money.
Nigga, I was looking at the other day on the Instagram, and this fool had all of his bling, out there. Just watch. I didn't even blow the picture. I saved it on my joint to go back to, but I was just looking and I seen all this damn ice. I was like, wait a minute. And Floyd, the caption said Floyd Mayweather shows his entire jewelry collection. I'm like,
shoot. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you some insight. Floyd is somebody that I can talk about because he's so famous and he's shot with so many jewelers that it doesn't matter. I'm not airing out anything that's right. An industry secret. But let me tell you something funny. Recently, I saw a video about Floyd made some crazy purchase. He purchased a watch for $18 million, right?
The billionaire watch. Watch.
You're right. He purchased a diamond watch for $18 million. Now, I've been in this industry a little while, so I've met some people who are in the higher ups as far as manufacturing and diamond sourcers and, people who are at the upper echelon of the business, right?
Mm-hmm.
That watch that Floyd bought for $18 million, I found out from the people who made it that the watch itself cost $800,000 for them to make. Floyd comes into their store and just joking, the way you would joke with somebody who you're friendly with. Floyd comes in the store, he looks at the watch, he's like, oh my God, how much is this watch? I do this with my clients all the time. The first thing that they say that they like, I go, for everybody else, it's $20,000, but for you, it's $1 million. So Floyd comes in, he looks at the watch, he goes, how much is it? And then they go, $20 million, but for you, 18. And Floyd says, bet, run it. He didn't even bother to take the step. That wasn't the price. They were kidding. And he took it seriously and he bought a watch that cost $800,000 to make. Which maybe you can say, for the sake of argument, that's expensive. They want to make money. Say they wanted to sell it for $900,000, maybe $1 million.
$18 million.
It's a big ticket item. This fool paid $18 million for it.
Me and King are just looking and
Floyd.
We're just doing those blink blinks, okay. Yeah. Oh man, because but the funny thing, Mike, is when I saw that watch, was it a Mueller? I think it was a Mueller watch.
I think so.
But I know because when I saw the bands of it in the build, it was actually similar to that 3-bracelet set that Puffy got years ago. That was $800,000. It was similar in terms of that size. Obviously, it just wasn't a watch piece because Puffy had a bracelet piece. Because Floyd has done a business with a few people, of course, Greg Una, out there, Greg Una, he did business with Greg, and then from what I understand, he went to another Japanese individual, which he says is his guy now. So I guess he has stopped dealing with Greg.
Floyd does business with everybody. He does everybody who's at the top of the game. He's done business with them.
Right. But
he's something special, man.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, look, I mean, he's got like some exotics in his garage that he like don't even drive, that they only made like 4 in the world of, and he's got one of them, and then he has his fleet in Miami, and then his fleet in Las Vegas, and he's like, so he, you know, like, so he knows which city he's in when he wakes up. I'm like, you know, but the man, you know, the money
my thing
team.
about Floyd is I saw some documentary with Floyd, and the guy interviewing him was like, well, you know, what do you invest your money in? What do you do with my money? And Floyd, without any shame, said all of my money is in a checking account. The guy was like, there's no way. You've made almost $1 billion fighting. He was like, no, come with me. Floyd goes to the ATM with this guy. He prints his balance, and lo and behold, there's like $500 million in a checking account.
That's where he keeps all of his money, in a checking account.
That's where he keeps his money.
But the funny thing is,
and a checking account.
But the funny thing about it, though, is that I know I've heard stories that he walks around with his check card with